The smaller parts make this world bigger. Samsung Electromechanics, the company with technology that makes smaller things even smaller while creating a bigger world. Although Samsung Electromechanics provides products that are so small and may seem invisible, they will always be a part of your life, from enjoying your life to each breath taken. The technology of Samsung Electromechanics plays a key role for the future. AI and IoT that combines infinite possibilities of industrial revolution and into our daily lives. 5G connects the innovation of devices to the innovation of daily lives. Even in the field of automobiles, which is speeding up to the era of complete self-driving, we are Samsung Electromechanics, a true solution provider with the most advanced technology to answer those changes the world is asking. An enterprise value of Samsung Electromechanics continues to improve as a result of making parts smaller and smaller, innovation by innovation. So as productions and sales R&D bases across the USA, Europe, and Asia reduced our time to become a global electronic components company, Samsung Electromechanics is the only components company that possesses both passive elements and boards, as well as module technology. From the passive device business that produces technology-intensive parts of electronic products, to the substrate business that connects parts to function, and even to the module business that converts external information into internal signals of electronic products. Samsung Electromechanics leads the future of the global components industry by breaking the world record of having the smallest products. Samsung Electromechanics has been growing customer values through continuous trust and relationships with our global partners. For Samsung Electromechanics, companies are people. So that we create the culture of free communication and consideration to demonstrate everyone's best. Our organizational culture tries to be creative and innovative without fear of failure. This is the driving force of Samsung Electromechanics today. We also don't hesitate to spend every effort in activities that fulfill social responsibilities of the company. While searching for the possibility of the future, we strive to develop these values within the dreams and hopes of our youth also. Global sharing activities that offer warmth and hope to difficult neighbors are still ongoing. And we practice sustainable management in order to leave the earth clean for our next generation. Small parts that move the world in invisible places. The innovation of Samsung Electromechanics will never stop. Because the smaller we are, the faster this world will be. It will make us more convenient. It will make us happier. Small moves the world. Samsung Electromechanics.
Hi, my name is Nur Atassha.
Hi, my name is Ezzra Natasha.
Hi, my name is Siti Khadijah binti Annuar.
Hi, my name is Nur Ariena Atirah binti Atrin.
Hi, today my group and I will present about Samsung. Nur Ariena and I, Siti Khadijah, will present on chapter 1 and 2, while my other friend, Ezzra Natasha and Nur Atassha, will cover on chapter 3 and 4.
The Samsung company, which had been formed in South Korea during the year 1938, was known as one of the world's largest producer of electronic devices. Samsung manufactures a wide range of consumer and industrial electronic devices, including appliances, digital media products, semiconductors, memory chips, and integrated system. It has been one of the most well-known brands in technology industry. Lee Byung-chul founded Samsung as a grocery trading store on March 1, 1938. He began his business in Daegu, Korea, by trading noodles and other local products and exporting them to China and its province. Following the Korean War, Lee expanded his company into textiles, establishing Korea's largest woolen mill. Samsung first entered the electronic business in 1969 with many electronics-focused division and black and white television as their first products. The company started exporting home electronic goods to other countries in the 1970s. Samsung was already a major producer in Korea at that time. Having purchased a 50% stake in Korea Semiconductor, Samsung technology businesses expanded rapidly in late 1970 and early 1980. Samsung Data Systems, now was called as Samsung SDS, was established in 1985 to meet the increasing demand for system creation. Samsung was able to rapidly establish itself as a pioneer in information technology services. Moreover, Samsung has established 2 research and development institutes in electronics, semiconductors, high polymer chemicals, genetic engineering equipment, telecommunications, aerospace, and nanotechnology. It is to expand the company into the technology line. Samsung's penetration into the global electronic market continued in 1990. The company continued to make technological and product quality advances with a range of its technology products. They ranging from semiconductors to computer monitors and LCD screens. They also climbing into the top 5 global market share positions. Samsung Galaxy smartphone series debuted in 2000, rapidly becoming not only the company's most praised devices, but still consistently topping annual lists of the world best-selling smartphones. Since 2006, the company has become the world best-selling television producer. With the launch of the Galaxy Tab in 2010, the Galaxy series extended to include tablet computers. Next, we move to organizational culture. The global headquarters of Samsung are located at Swansea, South Korea. And there are 3 main departments, which are: the first is Samsung Digital City, the home of all the electronics, Samsung Nano City, that plays semiconductors, and Samsung Seoul Research and Development. It is for R&D. Samsung not only focus on their development of technologies, such as dedicated area to test out 5G technologies, but the company ensure that they are aware of their employees' well-being too. There are more than 12 cafeterias over Samsung City, which provide free meals from breakfast to dinner. Samsung also provides gym for every campus so that their employees have access to healthy life routines. Next, C-Lab is where Samsung lets their employees pitch and work on their ideas without worrying about the office tasks. Few ideas are absorbed into the market of Samsung from the C-Lab. There is Central Park in the middle of the campus, so their employees can release their stress by hanging out with other employees. Another special thing is, a huge library is located at the Samsung Seoul Research and Development, so the designer can look for inspiration and brainstorm there in peaceful environment. This is Samsung organizational structure. As illustrated in here, apart from 3 divisions, Samsung organizational structure also integrates Corporate Management Office and Samsung Advanced Institute of Technology, SAIT. Corporate Management Office deals with overall management of the group and also has administrative responsibility. SAIT is Samsung Group R&D hub established as the incubator for development of new products and services. Next, we move to IFE evaluation. Internal Factor Evaluation, or IFE metrics, is a strategy tool used to evaluate firms' internal environment and to reveal its strengths as well as weaknesses. This is how we evaluate IFE metrics. For IFE metrics, Samsung scored 2.77. This means Samsung has strong position internally. Next, we move to EFE evaluation. External factor evaluation matrix can be defined as the strategic tool to evaluate external environment or macro environment of the firm, include economic, social, technological, government, political, legal, and competitive information. EFE matrix is an analytical technique for evaluation of external position of the organization or its strategic intents. This is how we evaluate external factor evaluation matrix. For EFE matrix, Samsung scored 3.35. This means Samsung also has strong position externally. Lastly, we move to CPM matrix. CPM matrix stands for Competitive Profile Matrix and is a powerful strategic analysis tool. CPM allows business owners, stakeholders, or other interested parties to see the strengths and weaknesses of all major competitors in an industry on a single page. This is how we evaluate the CPM matrix. For CPM matrix, we choose Apple and Xiaomi for the competitors that were in the same industry with Samsung. For total weighted score, Samsung scored 3.15. That means Samsung is in a strong position. Apple scored 3.30, so Apple was considered in a strong position. Xiaomi scored 2.70, which also in a strong position. Among those three companies, Apple scored the highest score, so Apple is the winner, while Samsung is at the second places.
Next, I will proceed on SWOT analysis on Samsung. The first strength is dominate the smartphone market. The second one is research and development. The third one is award-winning brand. The fourth one is ecologically friendly innovation. And the last one is stronghold in the Asian market. Moreover, I will continue on Samsung weaknesses. The first one is high inventory risk seasonality. The second one is breach of customer confidential information. And the third one is heavily dependent on American market. The fourth one is decline in smartphone sales. Next, in terms of like product failure, and last but not least, is dependent on low-end smartphone. Next, I will proceed on Samsung's opportunity. The first one is higher buying power of consumer in developed country. The second one is tax savviness of consumer. The third one is increase in per capita income for developed country. The fourth one is the 5G technology. Besides that, the consumer preference for eco-friendly product in developed country. And last one is established regulation in IP right in United States and Europe. And the last one component in SWOT analysis is threat. One of the Samsung threat is the price war with other Chinese people. And the next one is new substitute and potential entrant. The third one is strong competitor, for example, Apple and Xiaomi. And last but not least is legal issue in patent infringement. Every company has a problem, so do Samsung. So one of the problem in Samsung is COVID-19, which is market penetration. Samsung is the largest Korean electronic manufacturer, is facing potential manufacturing delay due to supply chain issue in Vietnam as the COVID-19 outbreak. Next, one of the problem in Samsung is strong competitor, which is market development. Some of the Samsung product do not have a clear market development. For example, Samsung smartwatch don't get too much exposure and advertisement. Thus, compared to its competitor, which is Apple, it have more exposure on their product. The last one is Samsung system, which is product development. Few of the Galaxy smartphone model have been facing issue with their system as the Android app keep crashing on smartphone, which is caused by the Android system web view. In conclusion, we have identified the strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat of Samsung. Hence, Samsung should uphold their strength and opportunity so that the company is able to achieve their competitive advantage.
Hi, so in this part, I am going to present about the importance and need of metrics. So for Samsung Group, we have chosen two types of metrics, which are the IE metrics and the BCG metrics. Okay. First and foremost, I would like to justify the importance and need of metrics. Matrices represent one of the various tools businesses use in the course of strategic planning. Industry matrices allow companies to analyze how a wide range of inputs, including both internal and external factors, impact the business, its employees, and the industry as a whole. The internal and external IE matrix is another strategic management tool used to analyze working condition and strategic position of a business. The internal-external matrix, or short, IE matrix, is based on an analysis of internal and external business factors which are combined into one suggestive model, which are the IE matrix. An internal factor evaluation, IFE matrix, is a strategy formulation tool that summarizes and evaluates the major strengths and weaknesses in the functional areas of a business, and it also provides a basis for identifying and evaluating relationships among those areas. While the external factor evaluation, which is EFE matrix method, is a strategic management tool often used for assessment of current business conditions. The EFE matrix is a good tool to visualize and prioritize the opportunities and threats that a business is facing. Whereas the Boston Consulting Group's product portfolio matrix, which are known as BCG matrix, is designed to help with long-term strategic planning to help a business consider growth opportunities by reviewing its portfolio of products to decide where to invest, to discontinue or to develop products. It is also known as the growth or share matrix. As I mentioned before, the Samsung company have chosen two types of metrics, which are the IE matrix and the BCG matrix. Okay, for now, I would like to focus on the IE matrix first. The total weighted IFE matrix score calculated is 2.77, which points Samsung at an above average internal strength. Meanwhile, the total weighted EFE matrix score calculated is 3.35, which suggests the company is more responsive towards the external factors. Whereas, based on the IE matrix below, Samsung matrix scores had fallen on region 1, 2, and 4, which conclude that Samsung should grow and build their position. Samsung should be pursuing their strategies, which are to implement the backward, forward or horizontal integration, and focusing more on growing the market penetration, market development, and product development. For the BCG matrix, we have sorted one product in each quadrant. As you know, BCG matrix have 4 quadrants, which are first, stars, second is the question mark, third is the cash cow, and fourth is the dogs. Samsung product that falls under stars is smartphones, Samsung smartphones, while the product that falls under question marks is Samsung smartwatch. While the product that falls under cash cows is Samsung's home appliances, such as the fridge and the washing machine. Whereas for the dogs, the product that falls under this quadrant will be Samsung printers. I am going to proceed to explain about the BCG matrix and each quadrants. For the question marks, it have low relative market share in a high growth industry. For example, the smartwatch. For the stars, it have a high relative market share in a high growth industry. For example, the Samsung smartphones. And whereas for the cash cows, it have a high relative market share in a low growth industry, as we can see for the home appliances of Samsung. Last but not least is dogs. Dogs have a low relative market share in a slow or no growth industry, such as the Samsung printers.
Hi, I will be presenting on the 3 strategies that we had related to the Samsung's problem, which had been explained by Khadijah in the 2nd chapter, and how we implement the strategies that we had extracted from the 2 matrices that we had chosen earlier, which is the IE matrix and the BCG matrix, which Samsung had chosen the product in the question mark quadrants to focus on, as we will be implementing the path of the Samsung smartwatch. We can see that both matrices had suggested integrative and intensive strategies such as forward, backward or horizontal integration, market penetration, market development, and last but not least, the product development. Before we're going straight to the QSPM, Samsung had finalized 3 strategies out of 6 strategies that I had mentioned before to be implemented in order to overcome the problems in Samsung. The strategies that have been finalized by Samsung is, the first one is the market development, second is horizontal integration, and followed by the product development. We had figured out that the Samsung smartwatch did not get much exposure compared to their smartphones, which had caused them to compete with their competitors such as Apple and Xiaomi, as they also come out with their own designated smartwatch. Samsung implement the market development as Samsung is able to focus on introducing and promoting their existing product in the new explore market and also improve their marketing strategy of their smartwatch. Second, Samsung will be pursued on the horizontal integration as due to the global that had been attacked by the COVID-19 pandemic, and Samsung had facing hard time during one of the Galaxy Z Flips release as had been delayed due to the supply chain issues in Vietnam, which caused by the coronavirus outbreak. By pursuing this strategy, Samsung can take this as an opportunity on expanding their market by merging their company with LG Electronics in the manufacturing sectors in order to overcome the supply chain issue. Last but not least, Samsung had finalized to run product development towards their Android system as few of the Galaxy smartphone series had been facing application crashing, and this could help Samsung to improvise their Android system into the better one. After we went through the quantitative strategy planning matrix, which is the QSPM, Samsung will be focusing on the market development with the total attractiveness score of 5.28, followed by the horizontal integration with 5.17 scores, and last but not least, Samsung will be focused on the product development with a total score of 4.4. These strategies will help Samsung to have better performance and maintain their position as the strongest hold in Asian market and also going to internationally. In next chapter, I will be explaining how Samsung will be implement the strategies. In this chapter, I will explaining on how the implementation of strategies in Samsung. First, the market development, where the Samsung will be introducing their existing product in the new markets by investing more by creating the awareness towards their brand. Samsung had done a collaboration with one of the Korean famous boy band BTS on their limited edition Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus, where Samsung also can implement this idea and include the Samsung smartwatch too. The collaboration can help Samsung to boost their sales, especially in the China market too, by operating this collaboration. Not only that, Samsung also can collab their smartwatch with those well-known brands such as Louis Vuitton or Chanel by cooperating their patent into the smartwatch design and able to expand their market wider in America region. Nike and Adidas are two common brands that are well known by the consumers, and Samsung can grab this opportunity by collab their smartwatch with these two brands by implement more sporty features such as water resistant or fitness app, where they're able to access their applications during their workout session without taking out their phones out of the pocket, which can be easier for the consumers. By creating awareness on the Samsung brand, Samsung can promote their existing product towards new users from different level of customer segment. The second strategy is the horizontal integration, which Samsung can seeking the ownership or increase their control over their competitors, such as their manufacturers by other manufacturers company, which also promoting the same product. Instead of only depending on their manufacturer factory in Vietnam, Samsung will be merged their manufacturer sectors with one of the Korean electronic brand, which is LG, which means to do also located in the South Korea. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the supply chain had been interrupted, that also can lead to the delay in their production. Samsung will be merged their company with LG Electronics, and by doing so, Samsung able to increase their production without the supply chain being interrupted due to the strategic location of the new manufacturer. The other benefit that Samsung gaining by the integration is that Samsung can reduce the cost of international trade, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak. By implementing this strategy, Samsung able to grow their market and also maintain their position in the Asian market. The last strategy that will be is product development, which to improve the system of Samsung smartphones that had been issues as the consumer keep complaining on how frequent the apps in their phone keep crashing during their use. Samsung should be investing more on the research and development for the Samsung system. The system in a smartphone is one of the elements which is important towards the consumer, as they might be afraid of breach of their information, which can cause Samsung to have a bad reputation if Samsung is not focusing on improving their system algorithm. By having a good product development in Samsung, the company able to enhance the satisfaction level of the consumers, and these consumers will be aware that Samsung are actually constantly improve their product better day by day. Although Samsung might involve the risk of investing more time, more capital and more intellectual resources, but Samsung can overcome the risk by having a well-planned strategy before fully implement it to solve the problem. Microchips are an integrated circuits that used in the cellular product which to allow people to keep track their information and also their activities. Microchips also smoothen out the systems and also create a protection on the consumer's data. Samsung should come out with a better version of microchips which can be customized based on the consumer preference on their smartphones. As Samsung is working on the 5G technology, Samsung can merge their new microchip processor with more evolved processor, such as implement the artificial intelligence AI features to have more reliable system in the smartphones.
These are the importance of the strategic management. Strategic management helps a decision maker to get equipped with management tools or anticipating changes and directing the organizational activities along the right path. Practice of strategic management reduces the risk of operation by helping the enterprise to innovate in time and take an early action. Furthermore, strategic management, being objective-oriented, can provide all the employees with clear ideas about what to do, when to do, where to do, and how to do. Thus, an orientation towards strategic management can assure better performance and greater unity in the organization. Practice of strategic management can reduce the risk of operation by helping the enterprise to innovate in time and take an early action.
Finally, we have come to the conclusion when after the implementation of these three strategies, Samsung able to grow themselves and maintain the company. On the revised IFE matrix, Samsung had increased total weighted score from 2.77 to 3.03. Meanwhile, for the EFE matrix, the total score had increased from 3.35 to 3.6, which showed that Samsung have successfully implemented the strategies and placed themselves in a strong internal and external position. These strategies help Samsung to have a clear vision of their future products and able to expand their market into a wider area. The strategic management in Samsung helps themselves to understand the internal and the external factors is actually important as it influences the company to be more successful. That's all from me and my group mates. Thank you and have a nice day.